should clarify, I'm the activism representative for the London region of Amnesty UK, which is a voluntary role supporting local groups across London. As a movement, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary this year. I'm by no means an expert on human rights, nor really on Julian's case, but I don't think you need to be an expert to recognise how terrible our government's treatment of Julian has been. We know that Julian has been deprived of various rights, the right to freedom of expression, freedom from unjust imprisonment, freedom from torture and medical neglect, as well as, of course, the right to family life. As Julian's wife, Stella Morris, noted, it was especially egregious of the High Court to announce its most recent decision about Julian's case on the 10th of December, which is, of course, International Human Rights Day. This government is incredibly hostile to human rights, not just those of journalists and of prisoners like Julian, but those of activists and protesters like us, as well as many of the most vulnerable people in society, of refugees and asylum seekers, which Julian has been for over a decade. And it's for these people and for their safety that we need to stop this government's attempts to rip up the Human Rights Act. I will end with a quote from Amnesty's European Regional Director, Niels Mojnik, who said the following about the High Court decision on Human Rights Day. "This is a travesty of justice. By allowing this appeal, the High Court has chosen to accept the deeply flawed diplomatic assurances given by the US that Julian Assange would not be held in solitary confinement in a maximum security prison. The fact that the US has reversed the right to change its mind at any time means that these assurances are not worth the paper they're written on. This indictment poses a grave threat to press freedom. If upheld, it would undermine the key role of journalists and publishers in scrutinising governments, and exposing their misdeeds would leave journalists everywhere looking over their shoulders." Thank you very much.